Guys, welcome to GunnersLoversTV. Today we are going to start with a very interesting one. Please stay tuned. Don't miss our discussion here because it's going to be very interesting. First, we want to start with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, as you know, is one of our new buys from the last transfer window, 65 million. Now, the funny thing that happened during this international break is that their coach, the coach for Germany, Nagelsmann, he decided to play Kai Havertz in a very unusual position. You know, everybody has been shouting, he has not been scoring, he has not been scoring. The money we bought him was too big. Let him score from open play. Let him score from open play. That's what everybody has been shouting. The only goal he has scored for us was that penalty, which was more or less handed over to him magnanimously by one of our players. I think it was Saka. So that he can at least have one goal registered to his name. So he played for Germany, and guess what? He came as a hero to now somebody that became a villain, you know. He was played as a left back for Germany. He played left back. And he scored. He scored for Germany. And then, of course, in the heat of the moment again, he considered a penalty against themselves. You know, Germany was, charged for an offense. I think handball. Yeah, which was caused by, again, Kai Havertz. So just when we were about to rejoice that he has come out of his shell, but he ended it in a bad note. So they lost again that match, you know, in the international break. Now, we move quickly to one of the things that have been trending, which I've flogged this matter once or twice before, the issue of this VAR, but it's progressing gradually into other issues. So it's like when they say you put oil in your hand, before you know it is touching other fingers. Now, Arteta has been charged for bringing the game to disrepute, and he has also been charged for making his comments were acceptable by the Premierleague board. Apart from himself being charged, when I was looking to Talk Sports again, Martin Keown was there to as a guest in Talk Sport, and it is now obvious that they've spread it also to the fact that Arsenal also released a statement supporting what their manager has done. So the Premier League board is now warning clubs not to take sides. I mean, not just to take sides, not to make, in quotes, statements that are against the decisions made by the VAR or the referee. So more or less gagging their mouth, they cannot speak. Whereas there is what they call freedom of speech, which everybody is allowed to do. It's a constitutional right. But in football, Premier League is the only place we can now find where managers are not allowed to air their opinions, even though their opinions will not change the outcome of the decisions that were made by the VAR or referees, yet they are not still allowed to give their own opinion. So how do you force a horse to the river and you still force it to drink water? Now, these managers, because of the TV deals and all these TV rights, rather, that have been signed and all that, they are more or less compared to give interviews after the end of every match. You know, they give interviews, they do briefings. So, in the briefings now, you are now saying they should only say things that you like to hear. How can a manager see that an officiating was not fair and you ask him to now go for the interview, maybe with Sky or with any other media, and say it was fair? It's wrong. How can he say wrong things against the club that pay him? So this is where I don't agree with them. Now, everybody saw it that the ball had crossed the line, but in our eyes. But the technology they were using explains that it is not properly over the line. So controversy started. And there was issue of pushing. There was issue of all these uncertainties have not been solved by VAR. Since VAR is now not a reliable tool to oversee or be the third eye to tell us the actual position of a decision, then it has exposed itself to criticism. If the criticism was in isolation, that it was only Mikel Arteta that was arguing or saying or giving his satisfaction because he said it's disgraceful, unacceptable. You remember those words he was using or whatever at that time. It would have been different. Arsenal fans were arguing the same thing. People who were not Arsenal fans, go Bridge and Co, everybody argued the same thing. So you are unable to punish the public, and now you are punishing the manager who spoke out on behalf of the club. And also, you are now moving a step forward to warn clubs who release statements that you feel is putting the game in disrepute. What is actually putting the game in disrepute is the VAR. VAR has now become so contentious that people are no longer relying on it. People now lose confidence in it because it was brought in to solve things that, ordinarily result into argument. So we now find that things that are very, very clear in the eyes, for those who there are some people who really know these football rules, interpret it very well. I'm not an expert in it. But even those people can see faults and frailties in it. So this was the argument I was going in TalkSport, and they call their body, where Howard Webb is overseeing them. What they have done is tantamount to, you are trying to paint what is black white and trying to give a campaign, go out in a campaign to try to convince people to see that it is black. It will not work. You've taken the points of the club. It's not only Arsenal, Liverpool, Wolves. Just go around. Every club has had its fair share. Manchester United. You've taken the points away from them. Then you were still saying that they cannot talk. So this is where on Gunners Lovers TV, I've decided to try to explain these things so that you bring your comments, so that we discuss this thing and see how we can move forward. As much as I try to move forward from this past VRO issue, they still keep on bringing different issues up. So we'll leave it at that while we await your comments. Now, the third one I'll quickly go into is that Dean used to be the chairman of Arsenal. He is of the opinion that, look, if Everton, who did not commit 100 alleged offenses, have their points deducted, then what will be the fate of Man City? That is, he will just, as I advised them last time, to await their fate, because the way it is now, it is very unlikely that Manchester City and Chelsea are going to escape punishment from the board. You see, it's an independent inquiry that was done, and they have come to their conclusion. So before we continue, if this is your first time to come to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. This is where you should be, the channel, the station, the YouTube channel, where we explain football just the way it is. And analyze it so that you can also bring out your opinion. Share it to your friends. Tell them this is the place to be. And we welcome all those who have joined us recently. We are very glad you are with us. We don't take it for granted. It's a very young channel and we want you to grow with us and build it up alongside us. The way we are doing it now. And we put in new innovations as you bring them, your suggestions in. So this is where the football is leading everybody to now. Confidence is lost in VAR. Most people just see VAR now as, okay, what are they going to say? When you get a positive result, you just thank God. That's why when goals enter now, people, even players, I think they are aware now. They don't even celebrate much. They just hold their breath. Wait till they confirm, the chief VAR officer confirms it before you start doing your, you know, footballers are different. Some do like this. Some do different dancing. They keep it till the VAR say yes. Unless you score a questionable goal far away and you blast it, you know. That's when you can just say you have scored. And sometimes when you score now, they might tell you too that if it's those kind of shots, like say one of your players is blocking the view of the goalkeeper. So either way, you just wait till the final whistle from referee to say that it's a goal, you know, after he has cross-checked with his higher bosses, the VAR people. Now, on a lighter note, Trossard scored for Belgium. Saka gave another assist. Of course, I've told you of dear Kai Havertz, who also scored. So all these are very good news. Gabriel Martinelli scored his first goal, international goal for Brazil. So all the guys from Arsenal, they are firing, they are on full cylinder. So that is a signal to Brentford that await your goals that will pump into your net. So guys, we're going to leave it here. Like, share, subscribe. Do not walk past. This is GunnersLoversTV. I'm your host, Augustine, and I will see you in our next video where we shall talk about football. Bye.